Okay. Yeah, I was just trying to see. Do you have any questions for me or um?
Not at the moment.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I was kind of being clear about stuff because I know I'm frequently kind of a bit scattered because I'm trying to make sure all of our stuff is good. But um, if you guys ever have questions, just let me know. And you specifically, you have my number, so you can just call me. Um, for whatever. So um, basically, we got an audit report back. Audit report is basically good. Two quick little things that we kind of already knew were there. So we're taking those out now. And the other, I guess there's three mid tier things. So all that's being corrected. I think that'll be done Monday. The C protocol, the measurement portion of everything, that will be done Monday. We're supposed to basically get some sort of hookup here to where we can get it going today. So I'm kind of hoping that the devs will come back around and let me know that that's ready to go. And then the goal is to kind of get us all testing everything in the group this weekend. Um, Once that happens, then I'll probably kind of start releasing small parts of the project. So that will be just the audit report and um, then kind of talking about how we're going to the command manual for the Seed protocol, because what that's going to do is open up everyone's ability to see their airdrops, to earn more airdrops. Everyone will be able to send tokens to and from each other um, before we actually drop the token, and eventually it'll be tied into all of the smart contracts that we basically have, so that it can basically distribute the token. And then once we feel probably 2 weeks from now that will happen, because we're trying to buy some time for the market conditions. So once that blows over, we'll kind of basically get all of that stuff going. And then 2 weeks from then, we'll actually launch the project. And then right now, we had an operations meeting this morning. Me and Mr. Crypto and Ian did, and we talked about the budget and coming up with some revenue projections for what we want to be able to do. So we'll have some actual milestones for us all to kind of start shooting for once we launch the project, so that we're basically able to um, move forward in that way.
For sure.
So what I wanted to show you, I can't get into it right now for some reason, um, but you can see my screen, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Um, so the first thing I was going to say is when we start launching Telegram announcements, I found this software Posto plan that can it's really good actually. We can put all the Telegram announcements in here, so instead of us having to be on just Telegram all the time, we can just put them all in here and then once a week upload stuff or whatever, and it'll just do all the announcements for the week. So you and Vita, Crypto Vita, who is doing Twitter, are the only people who are going to have access to this besides me and maybe the content team, to put stuff in here. So when I talk about managing the announcements, that's kind of what we'll use. And then I have a schedule of the announcements and what day they go out. So we'll just keep making that schedule, and then this meeting, probably scheduling all the content together, or in the communities meeting once a week. So that will kind of be what we'll end up doing. And then for the other side, I know that you know how to manage mods, but we also have um, Chris. His name is Somp or something on here, but his real name is Chris, and he's going to help you kind of I guess manage the mod teams specifically, probably on the opposite schedule, but just in general. So I guess I also wanted to get some feedback from you on what will be what you want to do, and what you would rather delegate out, so we can make sure that you guys are kind of working to your strengths and your preferences.
Okay, for sure.
For sure. So, I mean, like, what would you prefer to do? Would you rather schedule content, or would you rather like manage the actual operations of the chat? Like, uh,
I'd manage operation with chat.
okay. So what I'll do is because I know Chris kind of wants to learn marketing, so I think that this might be a good swap for you guys. So for you, like, I'll just like basically say communicate with all of the mods and everything like that, and then communicate with Chris to make sure content is scheduled. And that's kind of like the only thing that you're really responsible for is like just making sure everyone is showing up to when they need to show up and is online, and then um, making sure that content is scheduled by just like checking one time a week with Chris. So like I'll have you doing that. I'll have him working with the content team to actually pull content and like schedule it and teach him how to do that. Vita will do that for Twitter. And like so all of the will be like 2 weeks ahead, so no one will be stressed out. Like that's like my main thing is like I don't want everyone stressing out about this. Like I just want it to be easy. So we'll get ahead, we'll stay ahead, and then we'll just have like weekly meetings to kind of talk about what's going on. The other side of it is I put the testing version of the application or the DApp is deployed to the testnet. So it's actually here. I'll send it to you right now. It's actually live right now, so everyone can go in and test it. If you know how to get test BNB, you can go and like actually make a deposit on it and test it, see how it works, and like give your feedback. If you don't know how to do that, I can make like a tutorial to show you how to, I guess, like get it in MetaMask because you have to use MetaMask, which kind of sucks, but and kind of like do it on your computer. So that's the way that like I guess. Oh yeah, you can see my screen. So let me go here. Um, if I'll make it like a tutorial about everything, I guess, and kind of like show everyone what to do because and it will just make it easier. But basically, this is like the full DApp and application. It's on the testnet, so everyone can basically go test it. Feel free to read like all of these instructions and like test out the FAQs and make sure all of this reads good and like it makes sense for you how it works. I'm probably going to get it updated, um, but this is like almost everything that's done. The only other thing that needs to happen is we need to hook up like this button. You can see that doesn't work. All this stuff works, but this also doesn't work and this doesn't work. So when we go live, those buttons will all work in terms of like taking you places, but this will actually like let you go in and play with it, see how it works, and like see how much BNB you would be making kind of like live. So that's kind of like everything. Really, the only thing I'm concerned about is like in the next 2 weeks we're gonna we'll have like that cheat sheet. I'm almost done with it. I just couldn't get to it today to show you it. But we'll have that cheat sheet. It's got all the announcements and all that stuff there. It'll have all the group commands in there, and then it'll have like the command manual for C there. So that's like all the stuff that you guys will need to kind of do stuff in the community. Most like 99% of it is going to be like answering questions with commands. Like, oh, I have a question about this, and then just be like, oh yeah, you can just do FAQ or backslash FAQ, you know, deposits or FAQ withdrawals, and all of like the answers to most of the common questions will be there. The one thing that I think is you may have to do is like follow up questions. Like if there's follow up questions, either just like eventually learn the answers or like you guys can ask me or like one of the devs and they'll know the answers to the question, and we will like kind of go on that pace to that. Like we'll just kind of make sure that everyone knows what they're talking about, and that you guys are comfortable answering those follow up questions. But like 99% of it is gonna be like, oh, I have a question. Then you'll say like, oh, okay, yeah, you can just hit this command and you'll know the answer to that question, or what's the website. It'll all be under commands. So like that's gonna be the main stuff is the commands. And then you'll just once a week check with Chris and make sure the content's scheduled. And then we're gonna basically launch the miner. So our personal goal is to hit 500,000 at least in TVL in the first like 3 weeks. If we did that, we'd be in a perfect position to launch our project and put like this marketing plan, scale it up by an order of magnitude, like basically 10 times the leads. So I think that that's kind of the game plan right now as far as marketing goes. The only other thing I didn't cover is there's like the shilling team. So Algo is leading the automated shilling team, and then Binance, Bitcoin, ETH, and Coin Update CEO are going to individually also be shilling for the project. So that's kind of where we are on shilling. All that. The only shilling that's going to start in the next couple of weeks is BTC Binance ETH will start shilling to existing Guff members. So like that's going to be the first 2 weeks of everything. It's just like dealing with existing Guff members, getting everyone comfortable and up to speed. So there's no rush, getting everyone where they can answer all the questions and use the commands, and getting a good conversation just going in the group with frequent updates to keep everyone active. Once we accomplish that first goal, then we're going to basically start putting fuel on the fire and reaching out to everyone individually. And like I said, we have automated like over 300,000 people that we're reaching out to. Our list right now will probably include over 15 million people. Could be closer to 20 million people that we have like just in groups that are specifically geared towards passive income. So we're super happy about that. Like I've talked to the devs about trying to scrape, at least 1 million in the next month. So like that marketing will just be ongoing. We'll literally just be cycling through those people once or twice. And just the rule of 1% of conversions would say like 180,000 people would probably be at least interested to see what's going on. So that's going to be one of our biggest pushes. We have about 600 groups for shilling, and we're going to just keep pulling more like individually. So, we'll be shilling hard and adding people and DMing hard. Then we have YouTube. We're putting together like an executive team, or like the whole team is going to be putting together like a small internal pre-sale for people who want to own more of the dev fees. So we're going to basically put that together. Between all that different stuff, I think we're going to be able to get a really, really good amount of influencers, call groups, and everything to start the project out. And then, we're going to have to lean back on the quality that we're doing with the community and the quality that we're doing with the announcements. And that's going to really be kind of the whole bread and butter of everything, because we'll be trying to secure at least an AMA a week. Work really closely with YouTubers. If we can have 3 or 4 YouTubers we work with and do AMAs on their channels, and just continue to shill hard and basically use the automated tools to go through if we can millions of leads. So that's kind of like the full plan there. I'm disappointed that the market is doing what it's doing, because it's going to kind of make things a little bit difficult, but at the same time it gives us a little bit more time. It's just time that I did not want to have to take, honestly. So yeah, that's where we are. I know I kind of went on a tangent there for a second, but
Cool,
yeah.
man. That's good.
Yeah, man, I think we're in a good spot. Ian, Mr. Crypto, and I agree. I'm glad you agree. Haven't heard from Lynn. Lynn just is like, I guess he's just disappeared for now. So that's most of like the leadership team. Other than that, man, it's kind of a waiting game. I guess try the DApp out. Let me know what you think. If you want any changes made. Mr. Crypto wants to do like a more professional UI. I agree with that. Don't know when we'll do that. But just let me know. I'll send you the light paper too. You can read it if you want, and let me know. I'm going to be updating it. So if you guys do that, that would be super helpful, because then we can just make sure everything is clear and straightforward in the next 2 weeks, and take these next 2 weeks to like improve stuff and make some changes, to really have a better outcome. So yeah, man, that's about it. I'll send you that cheat sheet as soon as I have it, and then we'll kind of like the communities meetings in the morning will be a little bit more just like us going over the sheet with everyone, keeping people on schedule, and then answering any questions, and then between that and the content, I think we're like marketing is basically good to go. So yeah, man.
Cool, man. I'm excited.
Me too, bro. I have a lot more updates, I guess, for everyone once we get past this point. So excited to share those. And if you have any questions, always just let me know. And then, also, when like I guess this is like kind of a side note, but one of the things that I'm trying to also get ahead of is the utility function once we have the token out. I think one of those main functions is going to be like we were talking about, just like between ourselves, like the clothing stuff. So if you start getting an idea of like you're like when you're going to launch and what was I going to say, how many pieces you'd want to do per collection and stuff like that, or if you and how you would want to do that, let me know. So we can start talking about that because I'm starting to get that stuff together too. And Samuel's starting to like build out the NFT code base really slowly. So we're kind of like putting all that together a little bit right now.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, man. I'll let you go. I won't keep you too long, bro. I appreciate you for jumping in. Yeah, have a great day, bro. Feel free to call me whenever.
Take care.
You too, bro. Peace.